This video will take you through the step-by-step process of engaging and operating the pump on a Pierce Enforcer engine. We're going to start off in the cab, and with your foot on the service brake, you're going to shift into neutral and then set the parking brake. Next, you're going to use the pneumatic pump shifter, which is located by your right knee. Shift it to the middle position and then all the way down into pump. That pause in the middle position allows any driveline energy to release. And you'll hear the pump engaged, and you should see one green light. Next, you're going to put the transmission into drive by pressing D, and you should see 4-4 on the pump shift indicator. Lastly, you're going to push regen inhibit, which is down by your left knee. And before we leave the cab, let's make sure that we've checked all of our indicators so that we know we're actually in pump gear. And those are, the transmission should say 4-4. You should have 2 green lights by the pump shifter, and the speedometer should be reading just over 15 miles an hour. Once you exit the cab, we'll come immediately back to set your wheel chocks. And while you do, let's make sure that your headset's turned on. This is a wireless headset, so go ahead and turn the knob over your right ear on. And in about 5 seconds, you'll hear a double beep to confirm that it's turned on. Then set your wheel shock and head over to the pump panel. Now that we're at the pump panel, let's check our external indicators and make sure we're in pump gear. On this engine, those are the 4 green lights, 3 on the pressure governor, and then 1 more down to the right. Make sure those are lit. There's also a light above the intake gauge, and the manual pump shift lever will be out. Once we're sure we're in pump gear, we can hear the pump spinning, and now we're ready to open the tank to pump. We're going to prime the pump, so turn the primer disconnect to the on position and prime. Make sure that that primer valve is pushed all the way in to make sure that we're not sending power to the primer and that we don't have that valve open. Now we've got the power turned off, we're ready to take care of our caps. So let's move to the caps panel. We'll make sure that all 4 individual discharges are in the off position. The selector on the caps panel is in the auto position, and then we're ready to turn on the compressor. The reason that we're doing this at the beginning is to make sure that we're below 1,000 RPM on the engine before we start the cap system. Now that we've got the compressor running, let's go ahead and turn the foam system on. The foam system's on, and we're ready to go to the pressure governor and set our pressure. Press mode to get to the pressure mode, and we can increase or decrease with the individual buttons or hit preset if we need to.